Hey loves, happy Tuesday. I hope everybody is doing well. Today is Tyy Tuesday, and for today's topic, since you guys really liked the last one when I was interpreting Winnie the Pooh, I wanted to do another cartoon. So today we're going to be talking about the SpongeBob episode when Squidward goes to Squidville. So I chose this episode because it's such a good representation of how we not only get stuck within the system and the matrix, but how we lose sight of our childlike curiosity and wonder. Squidward's main intentions were to get away from SpongeBob and Patrick, so he moved to Squidville because he figured that living in a town where everybody was exactly like him, down to their schedules, would be a lot better. So for example, they would all wake up, ride their bikes, go to the store, go to dance class, go to clarinet recital, back home, and the cycle just kept repeating every single day. It was the same exact thing. Squidward started to slowly realize how discontent he was with this and how mundane the cycle really was, to the point where he started to miss SpongeBob and Patrick again. The thing about SpongeBob and Patrick, they're so connected to their inner child in the sense that they are very imaginative, they're very creative, they like to have fun, they don't take things so seriously, which is, you know, a negative thing at times. But they never lost sight of what makes them happy and how to just create joy in any type of circumstance, which is what we lose when we really do step out into the real world and we're a part of this system and we're bound to our daily tasks and our daily schedules and the things that we have to do. So I really just want to give some tips on how to keep that connection with your inner child so that you're not allowing just life and the system to really suck the joy and fun out of you. So if you're interested, this is going to be a pretty deep topic, but I'm ready, so let's get into it. So for starters, if you want to see the full episode, I do believe it's out somewhere and you can find it. I'm going to be inserting clips, but this episode is called Squidville, or like Squidward Goes to Squidville. It's something along those lines. So yeah, but I am going to be posting clips in this video. So I want to get into Squidward because Squidward, I feel, is the average human. Like when you just meet people on a day-to-day in the real world, I feel like most people are a Squidward. Like you don't really run into people that are just naturally happy and full of life, because life is set up to the point where it doesn't really support that. It doesn't support our happiness. It doesn't support our growth, prosperity, abundance, peace, joy. They fill us with fear, anxiety, depression. And then, you know, they give us all of these things to try and make us better, but in reality it's not. The food is not even real. It's just so much that comes with life that I can understand how somebody would become a Squidward and why most people do have that type of energy, because life is hard. It's crazy out here. And when you meet most people, they do have that kind of lackluster energy. They're not really excited. They're very dull. You know, almost like NPCs. I'm not calling anybody an NPC though, but like that's really what it gives when you meet most people. And that's why I found this episode so interesting, because it really shows a really good representation of how the real world goes and how it works. You wake up, you eat, go to work, go back home, maybe have some dinner, you know, go to sleep, and the cycle just repeats the same thing every single day. So I really wanted to touch on this because when you do get into the real world and you're stuck in this cycle, it does not only drain your energy, but it distracts you from all of the things that will actually bring you true happiness, true peace, true success, true abundance. And it's so important to analyze kind of what makes you happy. A lot of us, we lose sight of what really makes us happy because we lose that connection to our inner child. So there was a part when Patrick and SpongeBob were playing with some leaf blowers, and Squidward was kind of just like, what are you guys doing? Like, why are you guys playing with that? Like, do you guys not have anything better to do? And they're like, no, like, it's fun. We want to play with it.
What's going on out here?
We're playing with our new reef blowers.
Playing with a reef blower? That is the most childish thing I've ever heard of.
But it's fun.
Fun? How could playing with one of those oversized hair dryers possibly be fun?
So I guess that was like the last straw for Squidward. So he saw a commercial of Squidville and they painted this beautiful picture. Oh yes, everything is perfect here.
Where happiness is just a suction cup away.
I think I'll take my bike today. I'm my own man. Now these neighbors know how to live. Intensive. I'll bet they won't have... Wow, they have it! Canned bread! This town is great! I would really be impressed if it had an interpretive dance academy!
So he went and he was having a good old time, you know. The first couple of days was like, okay, it's light work, we're having fun, it's nice, okay. So eventually you kind of see in the scenes, it was like a time lapse where they were all doing the same thing every single day, and he had this huge grin because he was so happy, he was living it up. And as the time lapse goes, you see his frown just slowly fading away.
It just gets better and better all together. I sorta don't feel like playing my clarinet today. SpongeBob?
Could you pipe down over there, iron lung?
And he started to miss SpongeBob and Patrick because they brought that joy to his life. Even though they were so chaotic and they annoyed him so much, it was always something different. You didn't know what they were going to be up to next. They just did whatever they felt and they didn't care about the repercussions. They didn't care about the consequences, which is unrealistic. You can't do that in real life. But I feel like it's so important to just do whatever you want. Like, we're only here once. I mean, unless you believe in reincarnation, which I do. But for this time being, live how you want to live and don't allow the system to kind of force you into this bubble, in this box, to where you have to do this and you're just bound to that. You're not bound to anything except for being here on this planet. Just do things that bring joy to you, even if that's something random. Like, if I feel like it, I'll just go jump in the pool with my clothes on, or I'll just go talk to a stranger. Like, you know, I feel like a lot of people don't really do the things that they really want to do, and that really comes with fear, in all honesty, more than anything. When you look at SpongeBob and Patrick, they're so, like, they don't even give a dote. I don't even know, like, what they are. I mean, they work and everything, well, SpongeBob does, but they just seem like kids. They don't even seem like adults. And I feel like it's so important to stay connected to your inner child, because when you do things that make your inner child happy, you have a different perspective on life. See, when you get older and you step into the real world, it changes your perception on life. It changes your perception on the way that you view things. And you don't have that childlike wonder, that curiosity, that ability to create and to make the best of things and to use your imagination. We really do lose that, which is why it's important to have things and tasks that you can do to keep you connected to that. So for example, like me, when I was younger, I used to love to draw. Even in kindergarten, I just love to draw. That's something that I've luckily been able to keep hold of since, you know, coming into my adult years. And, you know, on my free time, sometimes I'll like to draw or paint. Another thing that I always used to love was journaling. That's something that I've always stayed connected with. I would always have a diary and I would write in my diary, and that's the way that I connect to myself and to my inner child. Now, other people, say if you've always been into sports, make some time to go out and play some sports if that's something that you love to do as a child. Or say if as a child you like to do experiments, I don't know, something fun. Do some experiments. Like, it's really so important to just do things that are fun and that make you happy. Because when you get stuck in the system, it's really the same thing. And if you don't take a pause to be intentional and take time out of your day or your week to forcefully go and do something that's going to make you happy, you get stuck in it and you get lost in it. And you don't even realize how deep you are into the system until one day you just kind of like wake up and you're just like, damn, like, this is not what I want. I just don't believe that humans are meant to come here and to just work for their whole life and just, that's it, and just die. Now, at the end of the day, we do have to do that regardless. We gotta work. So there's no way around that. But just make sure that you're taking time to actually do things that make you happy. Like, I see so many people where they're so unhappy and they know they're unhappy, but they don't do anything about it because they allow the system to really beat them down. And it's like, well, I have to do this, well, I have to do that. instead of seeing it from a higher perspective. I get to work, I get to do this, I get to make my own decisions as well, because at the end of the day, despite whatever predicament that you're in, you really take control of your life. If you do not want to be working somewhere that you hate, do not work somewhere that you hate. Do something that you love. And it does take time, especially if it's like a business that you want to do or just something that is unconventional. It does take time to build that up. So I just want to really say that too, if you have been considering starting a business or just getting a different job or going back to school or whatever else is the case, do what's going to be best for you, especially long term. And I'm the type of person, I like to put my peace and my happiness before anything. I will not do something that I do not like to do just because I have to do it. If there's another way to do it, there's always another way to do something. And if that means putting in a little more extra work, then that's fine. But I just don't believe that we should get stuck in what we don't like. Like, I hate seeing people that allow the world to really just beat them down, because I know how hard it is. It's really hard in this world, and they make it that way on purpose, which is why you cannot let that overtake you and get you to the point where you feel like you just want to give up, or you feel like, you know, you don't care, whatever, I don't care about my life. Like, there's so many other ways to go about doing things, and doing things in a way that will bring you the best benefit and bring you the most peace and the most happiness as well. If you take anything from this video, do what makes you happy, do more things that you love. Just try not to get stuck in the system and get distracted from what's really important to you just because you're taking care of things that are important, you know, within the world. At the end of the day, if you die today and all you did was just work and not have any fun or do anything that meant something to you, then it's just, what was it really worth? You know what I'm saying? So I love you guys so much. These interpretations of these cartoons is so fun because a lot of them really do have really deep messages. I want to try and find an Adventure Time episode next, because Adventure Time has a lot of really deep messages within that show as well. But if you guys did enjoy this one, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, check out the last one where I did Winnie the Pooh, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out.
Look at the straight, you are not my mate. If you become a chef, not be head of state. But my people then go say I know one bite, I know one die.